Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel today. That was a weird intro for me, but anyway, today we are going to be talking about a brand new movie, Scream 6. And I was able to watch Scream 6. I have watched it, and boy, do I love this movie. But before we get into talking about this, a couple things to note. This will be a spoiler-free review. This will mention some stuff from the trailers, so I will let you know when that happens, so you do not have to worry about getting spoiled if you have been avoiding the trailer constantly. I want your guys' opinion. I know some of you probably only follow me and only watch me for this particular type of content. And I have been thinking the first time I did a secondary channel, it did not go well, and that's obviously what I'm fearing doing this. But how would you guys feel about doing a second YouTube channel that's focused upon movie reviews? It would allow me to prioritize that content separately. I'd probably do more. Because again, doing this here, this is the video for today. Like, I'm not going to be doing a gaming video today because this is my content. I don't want to overwhelm my channel with like different content on the same day. I typically don't do that unless it's like Christmas Eve or Christmas Day. So keep that in mind. But again, I probably would be able to do more movie reviews. So, yeah, let me know what you think down below. Anyways, Scream 6. What a film. I mean, I absolutely adored this. And there was a lot of concerns going into this. I mean, we already had Scream 5, which was pretty darn good. And I think a lot of people were fearing, like, Wes Craven's not attached to this because he's no longer with us. So how can they keep a franchise going if Wes Craven is not a part of it? And that was a fear of mine. I feared because I heard rumors that Sidney Prescott's actress, I forgot her name. I hate myself. Sydney. Nev Campbell. I just remembered it as I was looking it up. I was fearful for the movie because she stated that because of payment disputes, they would not give her the amount of money that she wanted, so she said she would not be in the movie. And I'm gonna be honest, at the start it was something that was in my mind, but as I got further and further into the movie, it didn't matter. It didn't matter to me. There's definitely a point in the movie where you can tell this is them explaining why she is not present in this film. It works very well in the movie, in my opinion, but I also feel like it's a way of saying, yeah, she's not gonna be here, just so you know. Which, I mean, we all have to admit that we can only have a run with the legacy characters for so long, you know? Eventually, they will either write them out or kill them. And I have a feeling that across the board, when it comes to that, maybe Sidney Prescott is now written off. Maybe she cares about her family. I mean, of course she cares about her family. You know, maybe she is just, you know, any one of many things could happen. You know, maybe she just stays with her family. They move far, far away from wherever the events of Ghostface appearing in the future will be. You know, maybe they go hide somewhere, you know. But eventually, if they want this franchise to keep going, which they're never going to stop, not as long as they can make these movies good and keep it going. Because they will. I mean, we're already on 6 now, so we're 3 away from having as many as the Saw franchise. And Saw's even getting a 10th one this year, so, it's what it is. But I'm very impressed with what Radio Silence has been able to do with this film and with the previous film, and how interconnected this one is. This one's not only interconnected to Scream 5, but to all of the films. I would like to do a spoiler review at some point too, because there's some particular stuff involving the Ghostface and how they choose to handle Ghostface in this one, and comparatively to the previous one. Same thing with in Scream, how they handled Ghostface compared to the original Scream. To me, there are some very nice homages and references and some cool things we could do to also theorize about Scream 3. I won't say anything about this, obviously, in certain senses, because I don't want to spoil it. But I'm excited for our future. I'm very excited for our future of this franchise. It'll be very interesting. So, I give this an A+, 5 out of 5 for me, 10 out of 10, however you'd like it. I'm going to go into trailer talk now about certain things that were in the trailer. So, be warned about that, one of the trailers. So first off, if you've seen the trailers, you know about the sequence that takes place inside of a store where Ghostface grabs a shotgun. It's very impressive how fluent that was in the movie. It didn't feel out of place. It felt very in place, and it felt very good, as a matter of fact. It did not feel bad in any capacity. I know a lot of people had concerns about Ghostface having a shotgun, but it's just that sequence. Ghostface doesn't carry it around for the entire movie. Now, if he did that, I would probably be a bit upset too. And there was this thing going around where Ghostface disappears and vanishes and edits online, where the guy shoots a shotgun and then he just poofs out of existence, which is not the case. The trailer did not have all of the frames in that shot, but Ghostface doesn't disappear. He just kind of falls backwards. So, just a note in case you've seen that in the trailer. And the room that's filled with all the Ghostface memorabilia, there is so much stuff in there. Some stuff that I'm quite shocked would have survived the time. But it's an integral plot point, that area, the shrine, as I shall call it. And it's very impressive to me that they're able to keep all the details between every single memorabilia piece in there separate, especially the ones that are integral to the plot of the story. And what I really like as well is some of the things in that room you can actually use to help you identify things in the movie. Now, I won't say what, because that's, to me, too spoiler-y in there. But I really like the little details of this movie. I like how if you're a fan, if you really like this franchise, you'll be able to be like, oh, that's from this one. Oh, that's from that one. Oh, that belongs to this person. Oh, that belongs to that person. Oh my goodness, I can't believe they have that there. It's a fan's dream. Having that shrine room is like a Scream fan's dream. And having it integral in the plot, which it is very integral in the plot, and very interconnected into the other films of this franchise. It's very cool. And I absolutely love it. The acting was all great. In that shrine room as well, you can really feel in this movie how more than one person is affected by Ghostface, and affected by how Ghostface has impacted them over the years, including, and again, from the trailer and from the poster, that Kirby is back from Scream 4. And she's no different in that sense. At least in that room, you can feel the pain that she had and felt the internal turmoil that she's still dealing with some of that. And it's interesting as well. I might say one spoiler. Nah, I won't. There's something that perturbed me and annoyed me a little bit in this film, as well as the last one comparatively. But I don't want to rule out any possible Ghostface for anybody. So I won't say anything. Because even if people don't think it's the person that I'm thinking of, I don't want to put that in anyone's head that it can't be. Because then that's just not fair to those who are going to watch it and want to have the time to be able to figure out all the details and enjoy it in whatever way that they would like to enjoy it. But I definitely will say this film is good. It's not trying to be anything too crazy. It is definitely bloodier. Not as bloody as Halloween Kills, I'd say, but definitely bloodier than the previous entries in this franchise. And that's another thing, too. Ghostface doesn't just stab in this movie. There are other ways people die other than stabbing. And that's kind of cool to see, because this franchise is going to have to continuously grow and improve and differ and change. So, and also, they definitely have added a couple new ideas into this franchise in this film, to the point that you have to keep those in mind probably in the future films as well. And be able to keep it. And who knows? We may only get one more Scream film and have a complete trilogy ending on 7. But I doubt if 6 and 7 do well, I doubt they're going to stop at 7. I think 7 would be the last one with any legacy characters, I feel like. I don't feel like they're going to continue having legacy characters for the duration of the franchise, because that just seems, one, implausible, because a lot of those actors are getting older. So it's harder for them to do stunts or maybe even have the want to be in some things like that. But I don't know. I guess only time will tell when it comes to that. But it was a great movie. Now, the only thing I will say is that the 3D I saw it in 3D. Wasn't necessarily the best thing in the world. Like, I wouldn't say you have to see this movie in 3D. Now, do I feel like it helped in some cases? Yes, I definitely felt a little more claustrophobic at times and felt more in the movie. Like, my heart was definitely beating. But there's not a lot of moments where the 3D, like, there's nothing really being thrown at you. I feel like 3D was an afterthought. They were like, hey, the last one made a lot of money, let's put it in 3D as well and see how it goes. But that's no different than Marvel taking Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania, or Thor Love and Thunder, or Black Panther Wakanda Forever, and throwing those in 3D upon release, because those are definitely not filmed for 3D. Because Wakanda Forever, I'm going to be honest with you, I would say that movie was less worth watching in 3D than this movie was, in my personal opinion. Did I still enjoy it? Yes. But I don't think Wakanda Forever needed to be watched in 3D. I definitely don't feel like anything in that movie was worthwhile seeing in 3D. I mean, I'll be honest, the only thing I can remember primarily of the 3D is seeing the flying guy with the wings on his feet and the shots that were just focused on his feet. Those shots really bugged me. Anyways, so I feel like if you were on the fence about watching in 3D and you want to save your money, by a couple bucks, then you don't necessarily need to watch it in 3D. But I will say this. If we want 3D in the future films, or ever the possibility of having a 3D Scream movie where things actually are used, we have to support those endeavors. We have to see it in 3D. We have to put our money toward it. So if that's something you're interested in, maybe watch it in 2D and then go again in 3D if you really like it, or just watch it in 3D. It depends, because if it doesn't do well in 3D, theaters won't play it in 3D, and if theaters don't play it in 3D, the studio could still make it in 3D, but, I mean, that doesn't matter. I mean, they made No Way Home in 3D, but I know most theaters didn't play that movie in 3D. To be fair, the 3D craze hasn't hit again, really, but still, So, just keep that in mind. But what I'll definitely say is that this movie is 100% worth it. If you are a horror fan, if you are a Scream fan, I don't think you'll come out of this movie disappointed. I feel like a lot of people will like it more than 5, which I think I'm in the same boat. And it gets me very excited for the future of this franchise. There's several, I don't want to say a lot, but there's several new ideas that this movie brings that the Scream franchise hasn't had yet. It's like, and a little spoiler for previous Scream films here, skip a couple minutes. But it's like Scream 3 for me. As much as I dislike that movie, that was the only Scream film that only had one killer. And ideas like that, or like the shotgun, for example, when they can introduce new creative concepts into these films, it allows the film franchise to expand upon, and everyone knows, if you've seen Scream 4, you know who exactly the killers were in that one, and particularly one person. That was a new creative idea. When the Scream franchise has creative, cool ideas, they work really well. The opening to this movie, for example, is another very cool creative idea. It is not at all your standard stereotypical Scream opening. Not by a long shot. Not at all. And it was very confusing at first. It kind of honestly reminded me of Halloween Ends a little bit, and what they chose to do with the beginning of that movie. But it feels like this movie went separate but kept it inclusive, inclusive in the universe, whereas Halloween Ends took that intro and then just split it off on its end and started going the opposite direction. Which, to be fair, not that this is a review of Halloween Ends, but I don't hate that movie. It's just not a good conclusion to the Michael Myers trilogy. Remake trilogy, reboot trilogy. But anyways, there are so many creative, cool ideas in this, and more about those rules of those horror films, and some creative back and forth between the characters. The dialogue was good. There's a lot about this movie that's really cool, really unique, and I wish I could tell you guys what they were, but I won't. And just like I listed all those creative ideas before, when they do that, when they create a cool new idea, it just works. It works, and I love it. And it makes it enjoyable. I enjoyed every second of this film. I want to watch it a couple more times. I want to bring some friends to see it. That's what I want to do. Honestly, if I could watch it again right now and experience it the way I experienced it the first time, I'd watch it again. The Scream movies are great for that. This is not your stereotypical Scream movie. I feel like a lot of people will be shocked and probably won't be able to see how the movie is going to play out from start to finish. And it's very well interconnected. I don't know what else to say. It's good. Now, I do just want to state again, nothing I said in here was spoiler based. I did not spoil the movie in any capacity. If you do find anything that you feel was spoiler-esque, after you see the movie. If you watch this review beforehand, feel free to let me know. Feedback will always help improve my content, but I'm 99% sure there's absolutely nothing in here spoiler heavy, because I know people's opinions on what spoilers could entail differ from person to person. So can always get feedback to help improve my content for you guys. And remember, please let me know if you would like to see another channel focused on movie reviews. Obviously, the movie reviews on this channel would stay on this channel, but I can link them on the other channel. I can create a playlist of movie reviews, and I can link them all there. I won't be deleting them and re-uploading them because they're reviews, but I can link them all there, and I can start posting new ones on a secondary channel. I need to get a better setup. I need to get like a green screen so that I can green screen myself into, say, like a poster, or, you know, a location from the film or something where I can sit and talk and you can see my facial expressions and reactions to this, but that's going to be a while. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed this movie review. I hope you'll give it a shot. Let me know what you thought too down below. Also, I don't say this very often, but if you do like this content, please subscribe. It is free. Most of the people watching my channel do not subscribe. And I can understand if you're of a younger age. I don't know why you're watching this video in particular if you're of a younger age. Maybe you want to know about the movie without watching it, which is fair. Without too much information. Oh, I just got a Blu-ray in and the discs are not seated in the Blu-ray. That's not comforting. But anyway, so feel free to let me know what you guys think. I appreciate it. And I will see you guys in the next video. I probably left some thought unfinished, but that's okay. Goodbye.
Please help us. Just down here.
There's a line here, girl. You got a problem here, guy?
I had this secret. There's a darkness inside of me. It followed me here. And it's gonna keep coming for us. We share a certain history. This isn't like any other ghost face.
What is this place?
A shrine. We've got to lure him in. We execute him.
Hello?
Let's play a game.
You know you're like the 10th guy to try this, right? It never works out for the dipshit in the mask.
Maybe. But there's never been one like me, Gale. I'm something different.
That's why I'm gonna shoot you in the head.
You want me. So let's finish this.
Guys?